Welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, Hockey Edition. I'm Terry. That's Nick. Vito down below. And we are ready to break down a 4-game slate. So I'll start with tomorrow, news for tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a show on at 1 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be a baseball and hockey show all in one for the last Saturday of NHL. So it'll be an all-in-one show tomorrow, 1 p.m. Just a little
big showdown. Be there.
Yes, be there. It is a little bit of a news announcement, so that's why I wanted to get that sorted out. We'll jump into the first game here.
Actually, I agree with look what Cubano Cheesecake is writing. Actually, I agree with that thing.
You and your guests should have your best bets for Sunday's card since you don't be live unless you will be. IceX also says it's funny how the Columbus puck line flipped. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Best bets for Sunday. Sunday's my day off, so for now, maybe next year we'll look.
Agree, actually, as well. Yeah, you have to have a day off as well.
Some people do want to send in their picks Sunday, so we'll see what happens next year.
We should
it's almost over.
Get some sponsors, so we can get software developers who can actually make it easier to work for the best bets. So sponsors are open to join.
Ottawa Senators -108 is in Columbus -108. Total of 6.5 on this one. Not much of opinion here for me. Neither of these teams I really want to back at this time of the year. Lean to the over, but yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on this one. Nick, Senators and Blue Jackets, any thoughts here?
Yeah, this is the only game I didn't bet today. So I lean towards the Senators. They've been playing a little bit better as of late. They are coming in off of a nice 4-3 win over Vancouver, a nice little plus 210 best bet winner for me that night. With the Ottawa Senators and that little comeback win against the Nucks. We have a struggling Columbus team, so I guess it's a lean towards the Sens team total maybe. I really don't have an opinion on this game, though.
All right. Vito, Sens and Blue Jackets, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I have thoughts on every game, man. So, yes, I hear some people going on the Sens, and trying to understand why, and I see why, because lately, last games, obviously, Sens has been a little bit better than Columbus. They have scored I think 9 goals, 5-on-5. So in last week, and Columbus only have scored 3 or 5, something. I was checking it, but I don't want to actually bring out all the numbers now. But basically, Sens have scored 3 more goals on 5-on-5 than Blue Jackets, and that in 1 week. So that means that they are playing a little bit better, also by expected goals. But you see, this is still Senators. Well, Senators overall doesn't have a bad lineup, even with Chabot out. Now they have Hamonic. I think Hamonic is a great defenseman as well. Well, he's not maybe a Chabot. Chabot is basically a big miss. But overall, if you look at the forward lineups, they are capable of scoring every single night. So yeah, I see people going on Ottawa. But if we look at Columbus here as well, I think people a little bit too much, how to say that in English. Not seeing a value here with Columbus. I understand Line is out and Werenski is out, all right? But there's guys, Bjorkstrand, Voracek, Nyquist, all right? They don't have a big depth now at the moment. But what I'm getting here is we still have Merzlikins in the net, have a decent decor. Well, not decent decor. Not worse than Ottawa, I would say, And at the end of the day, we're getting a pick in here. 2, I would say, pretty even teams. Even with Line out, even if he would be in today, I wouldn't expect best game from Line, so because usually players cannot return and play best after in the injury, So maybe it's better sometimes that he's even out, and there's some new guys stepping in. For example, Johnson, he's going to play in second line. He hasn't showed a lot, but anyways. So maybe this is a great game for him to show something. He has been called up from AHL roster. And so 2 similar teams, here. And you're getting a pick and price, which is not right, I would say. At plus 110 as it opened, it was minus 130 Columbus, it was plus 110 Ottawa. That's why people took Ottawa. Because there maybe I agree that's a value. But once we are at the pick'em, it's Columbus here for me.
All right. Well, there we go. We'll jump into the next game here. The Kraken are in Minnesota facing the Wild, plus 245 for Seattle, minus 300 for Minnesota, a total of 6.5 in this one. The Wild coming off a win last night against the Canucks. That was not an easy win. The score 6-3 is a little bit deceiving. The Wild took the lead. Canucks tied it right away. The Wild took the lead. The Canucks tied it right away. The Canucks took the lead, and then the Wild tied it. And then the Wild tied it, and then it was just too much for the Canucks after that. So the Wild got the win last night. Talbot's 200th win. Now they're going right back to it, facing Seattle. Fleury will be in net. The Wild are still playing hard. They showed that yesterday. They came out really strong in the first period yesterday. Didn't get any results, and then Vancouver kind of took over after that, about halfway through the first. They didn't score either. I expect them to come out strong again here tonight against Seattle. The Wild need home ice advantage. They are playing the Blues. It's official now. Mathematically, they are playing the Blues. They need home ice. They have a game in hand against the Blues, both tied with 105 points. This game means a lot. After this, the Wild head to Nashville before their 3 final games at home against Arizona, and then a back-to-back against Calgary and Colorado. This game is important to win because those games against Calgary and Colorado are not going to be easy. This is an important game to win. Seattle Kraken are playing well. I get it. But I'm on the Wild puck line here, which I got at minus 112. I'm also on Fiala to score at plus 156. And then I have a player point parlay. Fiala to score a point is in that. And I also have Minnesota money line on another parlay, 3-game money line. So I'm going not all in with the Wild here, but I'm confident that they get the win, hopefully by 2 or more. Nick, Kraken and Wild, what do you think here?
I would actually lean towards maybe a draw in this game rather than a puck line. I think this could be a close game, and I think the Kraken are a sneaky dog tonight, to be completely honest. This is a Kraken team that has been playing a little bit better as of late. They played a little bit of a spoiler there against Colorado, a nice 3-2 win, cashed an under ticket in that game. And the total is 6.5. I unfortunately got this at 6 at even money. I took the under in this game. I think the Kraken are a sneaky dog in this game. We have Minnesota on a second half of a back-to-back, and but I went under 6 in this game more than anything. That was the play I liked. I like it even more at 6.5 now. But I'll lean towards Seattle on the side. Maybe Seattle plus 1.5 could be a look, but I like under 6 more than anything in this game.
All right, I am going to. I have something to say.
I'm going to agree with that one there. That statement.
Yeah, Nick does. Me and Nick were discussing about this before the show started. One thing to note: the Wild played in St. Louis 2 games this year. Both went to overtime. St. Louis won. The other game was an outdoor game in Minnesota. It wasn't actually played in XL Energy Center. The Blues never faced the Wild at XL Energy Center this year. So, yes, the Blues are 3-0 against the Wild, but if the Wild have home ice, I'm going to be betting on them to win the series. If it's in St. Louis, I won't be. But getting home ice advantage, the team that gets home ice advantage will win the series. That's my opinion. Weapon X, we went over Ottawa Columbus. Any thoughts on that one?
Fuck. I've been kind of taking a hiatus, so I would lean Ottawa here. And if it was an over 5.5, I would have taken it, but it's at 6.5 now. Yeah, that might be a little bit of a hard one. I don't know if we see enough goals on both sides, but 5.5 would interest me. And here, I mean, The Kraken are on a little mini winning streak. I get it. It's gonna depend if the Wild want to play a game tonight. Honestly, if they have already everything um, clushed up for the playoffs, if their seating is already, if this game is really not gonna change anything. Sup, Isaacs? I have to go with the Wild here, but I mean, at the money that you're paying to get the Wild on whatever line is kind of crazy. Um, the puck line is what, minus 120.
I got them at minus 112 on the puck line. So I
So
did take it. And Fiala to score because he's been absolutely amazing for a
yeah,
long time.
if I decide to bet on this game, I'm probably gonna see around the props, see Kaprizov kind of get on the score sheet again with the points. That line should be, and then Fiala Boldy line is also hot. So Wild and over 5.5.
Goudreau is also smart because he plays with Boldy and Fiala, and you
Yeah.
can get him at a much better price. And he's been playing really like I always thought, okay, they're gonna put Rossi, they're gonna put somebody else in because it's Frederick Goudreau. He's some
And
I don't want to say no
to
name
be
guy.
honest, if you look at the Kraken with Matty Bernier down the middle, is actually kind of stabilized the second line there for them. It's nice to see that they actually have some sort of future with that kid that they drafted last year. So they're really pushing it up the gear. They're trying to finish the season on plus. So that's why for me I would stay away from the puck line, but the over 5.5 and a money line for the Wild is not a bad look either.
All right, Jay Shank asks, do I like Nick's underplay? Fleury has been letting in some softies. He has been he's still played great, and he saves, he makes a lot of great saves, but he has been letting in some softies at times. So when it comes to a total, I'm not going anywhere with the total. Vito, Kraken, and Wild. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, Terry, you jumped in the right talk. I wanted to talk about that, about the softies. Flurry has done that, and it is how Flurry has been usually. If that guy don't get a lot peppered with shots, if he doesn't play, he plays good against teams like Toronto Panthers. He's getting peppered with shots. He's in the game, and sometimes, yeah, we see a lead goalies like Bobrovsky, also getting letting in some softies and letting in 3 to 4 sometimes goals. That's because the team is just dominating, and you are just not in the game. It's always hard, and well, that's why, yeah, Fleury is a great goalie when it's a high scoring games, and any given night he can also win this 4-1 today. So from what I see, I know that Minnesota have clinched already the playoff spot and everything, but for me still, I know that they will play that, the top guys like Kaprizov, Zuccarello will have a little bit less, obviously, minutes. I mean, not much less. They will just roll 4 lines all the time, and everybody will play like same amount of time. And I mean, in the power play, we're still gonna see that top end guys, because you always want to improve your power play no matter what. If it's what kind of a time it is in the season, because you don't want to go in the playoffs and haven't done any power play. I mean, yeah, they're still gonna play, and that means that leads to one thing, which is stats never lie, right? And if we just look, if you think sometimes the Wild can lay a clunker, I mean, and maybe not come out ready, but I don't think that can happen when the team has scored. They have played 8 games in the last 2 weeks, so that's a lot, and so they should be on a great flow. I think. I don't think it's. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. Let me check if this is a back. This is a back-to-back, you see, and it's an 8-game this week. It might be a little bit. There might be a lack of focus, I think. So I can see this going to the goals. If Wild in last 8 games have scored 28 goals, 5-on-5, so that's more than 3 goals per game. It's 3.5 goals per game, and add 1 power play goal or 2, and that's already 4. So that's per game. Last 2 weeks, 8 games allowed 13 goals. So that's double more than opposition 5-on-5, and that's a number you don't see too often. And if we just look from the Kraken side, I mean, man, the guys, viewers have played only 5 games in the last 2 weeks. I mean, have averaging 2 goals per game, allowing also 2 goals per game, 5-on-5. So we have one team which is basically playing an open mind hockey, and then we have Kraken, which tries to keep it tight and low scoring because, well, just I don't know. That's how they play. Well, they play some tight games. For me, there's just not a number. I mean, I think this game should be played live. I think Wild will win this. I think puck line also will work. I think, well, we know the Kraken always, who is telling there, I don't know, steal coins or whatever. I don't believe shit like that. But Wild on the puck line, I think, is a great play here.
All right. Yeah, I won't get to the Wild steal coin because I've already discussed that before. Wild are a small night team. I guess you haven't seen Jordan Greenway or Foligno or Middleton or Delorier. He's definitely not a small guy. Toby says a good point too. Hockey's one sport where you almost don't want to rest with the fear of cooling off and losing momentum. The Wild are not resting anybody. Home ice is incredibly important, and it's not just me saying that. The Wild, Dean Evison, everybody knows it's important to get home ice advantage. So the Wild will not be resting anybody unless the Blues lose 2 or 3 games in a row. Then possibly the Wild will rest against Colorado and Calgary. But until they clinch home ice or they don't have home ice, they're not going to be resting anybody.
I mean, resting player means like now, like actually, yes, like now, for example, Taves, or how is this D-man, has not went with Colorado, right? That's a resting.
Yeah.
That's a resting one D-man.
It's a maintenance. It's a maintenance
Yes.
thing because he was banged up, and they have so many.
Yes, that's resting a guy. It's just normal, they're just resting. And I mean, nobody will go out and rest the whole line, that doesn't happen like that.
If you're healthy, you're still playing in the
Yeah. It's just like maybe if you really say to the coach, like, and it feels like, yeah, okay, but otherwise, if you
a lot of people don't know this, but in the NHL contracts now, there's clauses about stats and stuff like that. There's clauses about how many games you play. There's clauses about if you hit certain highlights in your career. Those also count towards your salary and your bonuses. So guys want to play these days, and it's easy to put up stats in this new NHL. So
I just want to add actually about the Wild. Since this is a back-to-back, I would go to that over, I think, guys. And it's in the 8 game. So not a puck line for me, but give me over 6.5 there.
All right. Moving on along to the third game. 2 more here left. The Avalanche -116 are at Edmonton -102. A total of 6.5. And this one, I like the Avalanche. The Avalanche is at a very good price. You don't really get them at this. I know they have some injury issues right now, but I just like the Avalanche in this spot. Some people might say they don't have anything to play for, but I don't think that they're going to be thinking that. I don't think they're going to be thinking, oh, we can take a night off. And yeah, I think this is a good price for the Avalanche. I think they end up getting the win here. I wouldn't talk anybody off the draw either. I could see this being a close game. Something's telling me 3-3. Nick, Avalanche and Oilers, what do you think here?
I don't think 3-3 because I like under 6.5 in this game. And I think this is going to be a lower scoring. I've cashed some unders in Colorado games recently, so I want to go right back to it tonight. I mean, they cashed with the.
If Nick is betting on this game, I'm not betting shit. I'm done.
I like the under 6.5 in this spot, and my biggest question mark in this game is: do Colorado care? Because if we looked at their last few games, they don't. And I mean, if they truly cared about that Seattle game, they would have won that 5-2. Like that's something where they're going through the motions right now. They've locked the number 1 seed up in the West. They've locked up the division. They really don't have too much to play for right now, other than getting themselves in the playoff form. So I'm not touching a side in this game. I'm not going to touch a side in this game. That does seem kind of fishy that both these teams that's a pick 'em, but I'm not going either side in this game. I'm just going to go under 6.5 and hope that this is a lower scoring game because numbers have trended towards the both these teams trending under as of late as well. Oilers have been playing much better defensively too.
I think the Oilers' goaltending is going to come back down to where it really
I
is.
think that's going to happen in the playoffs.
Okay. Weapon X, your Avalanche and Edmonton. What do you think here?
Fuck. Honestly, look, Bednar might play with the lines again tonight. I know it's Edmonton. Mac's gonna come out strong, but I don't know who he's gonna play with. Rantanen's out, by the way. He's out with the illness. So the second line is Kadri, Comfer, and Burakovsky, which is not a bad line.
No.
But you're missing a little bit of the finish on that line, and you're missing a little bit of the finish on the Mac line too. So the one guy that I like again in this game to stay hot is Lehkonen. Lehkonen has been good around the net. He's been good on 5-on-5 on the PK. He's getting a lot of minutes all over the place, including on the PP. And he's playing with Mac on the first line. I do have a feeling this game is going to be an over compared to the last two games with Edmonton. Why? I just have a feeling that's where we're heading with these two teams. We're gonna see more of a display of skill on both sides. I know Edmonton wants to end the season against the Avalanche with at least one win, and Nick did say it, they don't have much to play for anymore. So for me, I would probably wait for live betting. I might live bet a lot tonight.
Right?
But obviously, I could never fade my own team, especially coming out after a loss. I think after a loss, minus that last little stretch that we had, like 3-4 losses in a row with Kings, I think we just bounced back next game usually. But
The Avalanche are a high bounce back team. That is one of the reasons why I do like them tonight. Yes. I also forgot to mention Kale McCarr is the second player in my 3-team player point parlay. So Fiala to get a point, McCarr to get a point, and then I'll just say it now in the next game, John Carlson from Washington to get a point, plus 212 for those 3 players. Vito, Avalanche Oilers, what do you think here?
Yeah, guys. Well, about talking about not caring. Well, not all teams don't care. Teams like Flames still dominate. Actually, no, Flames also don't. I mean, Panthers. Panthers is a team which will always care. But yeah,
that's because they don't have defense, though. That's why they care about scoring.
that's because they never have played so good in life, so they're excited. Well, they had some in '94 they were in finals in '95. I think, but after that they never made like the finals. I think. Anyways, yeah. Talking about this game, so we have Oilers and Avalanche. Avalanche, yeah, at the moment, expected goals also show that the whole month Avalanche are below the average. Like below the 50, so with minus a little bit. So, but they have the scoring, so they know. They know they can somehow slip through these games, not trying their hardest. I mean, not making that little more extra step. Because anyways, hockey is this type of the game where you get odd man rushes no matter what, and if you know how to finish on them, you will win. And if we will look at the goal scoring in 7 games, Avalanche have scored more than 23 goals, 5-on-5. That's more than 3 goals per game on 5-on-5. That's a great start. Allowing like 2.3, 2.5, 5-on-5. So overall, they're just doing Avalanche hockey now, but they're not pushing that hard anymore, And if we just look at the Oilers, last 2 games, first of all, was very close. Both went to the OT. Both was won by Avalanche. I mean, and if you're just from the other side and you think that you are a playoff caliber team, like if you want to go to the finals, you want to beat this Avalanche team at least once. Especially when the last time you were leading 1-0 the whole game, and you have that feeling, you have the game on yourself. You're gonna have to win this, and then you lose it. It's very hard. But that gives you that confidence boost that you can do it, if you were close. So that means it is possible for them, So, and Oilers are pushing now, and that makes sense because they're fighting a little bit for that playoff, like seed, or whatever, and spot in the beginning of the month even. And yeah, when we come to the expected goals, they are better. They are obviously like at the moment 16th in the league in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, but when it comes to scoring, Oilers only have played 5 games, and they have scored 1.8 goal per game, 5-on-5, and allowed like 1.6. So that's, I don't know what is that. That's super small number. That's just super small number. But you add some few more, so obviously a few more goals like in power play and PK. And we all know power play is good. And in this case, which team I would like to go with? If we watch Avalanche have allowed 16 goals, don't really care, and we have Oilers team which has allowed 8 goals, 5-on-5. I would choose team with a tighter and better, a little bit defense at the moment, because I think Oilers can also play a high scoring game any day at a time, any day in the season, So yeah, give me Oilers in this spot as underdogs, at home.
All right. Our team says 2003, 2013. No, it was 2003 and 2014 that the Wild defeated the Avs in the playoffs. But I don't know if that's what he was bringing up, but it looks like it.
I have
Oh, that's kind of a
1995.
stretch there. Those are just 2 different years.
Well, he
That's
said
kind of a stretch.
2003, 2013, and they played in 2014. So.
Hey, you can go ahead and talk shit. You're allowed. The Avalanche haven't done shit in the playoffs in the last 3 years.
But it doesn't matter, man.
This
Wild, neither of the
this
Wild,
year is
though.
the year.
Neither of the Wild. So
Man,
This
Avalanche
year
was
is the
bad
year.
like for 2 or 3 years, or maybe like for 2 or 3 years, for 4, all other years, man, Avalanche has been a dominant team, same like Red Wings. Red Wings also have now this part,
All I'm
but
saying
these
is
two
that
teams,
people
man, are Hall of
talk
Fame.
their
So.
shit. We'll see when the playoffs start. That's
Nick has
all
to
I'm
go.
gonna say.
Nick has to go. So briefly, Nick, in like 30 seconds, what do you think about this game?
Capitals all day long. Puck line, I'd go up to 2 and 3.5 on this one. Should be a 5-1 Capitals type of spot.
All right. Thanks for coming. And
Yeah,
hopefully we'll see
hey,
you tomorrow.
I have no interest in this game. This is last game. I will also go. Thank you for the show, and I wish you good luck, guys. I have my best bet, which I took. It was a hard slate, but I'm going with that Oilers money line, and I think I'm gonna add the Columbus money line as well today. So yeah, see you.
All right. Thanks for coming, Vito. See ya. So we will break down Capitals, Arizona. Minus 430 for the Caps, plus 340 for the Coyotes, a total 6.5. What can really be said here? Arizona is awful. Capitals playing pretty well, but they're minus 430. As I said earlier, I have Carlson over 0.5 point in my player point parlay, and then I do have a 3-team NHL money line: Minnesota, Colorado, Washington, plus 218. Capitals should win here, but I'm not taking them on any big, huge puck line, just because, as Melissa let us know in the group chat, the Coyotes have had success against the Capitals. However, this Coyotes team is much different now. Weapon X, what do you think here? Caps and Coyotes.
Yeah, it's interesting. Actually, you should look because I saw that you had that parlay. You said Avs, Wild, and Caps money line, right?
Yeah.
Bet365 has it enhanced at plus 304 now.
I can't use Bet365 yet till my ID comes in.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I am locked out, but
Can't trust the Caps. Well, Mom who bets, look, all season long, I couldn't trust the Caps either. I faded them most of the season, but this month they've been, I can't say they've been lights out. And this Arizona team is about to start, I guess, I think DJ was talking about this, another rookie or another guy that's never played in the NHL. This is how lack of roster of an NHL roster they have. And Carolina doesn't score a lot of goals, so that's why that game kind of only finished by a puck line. But I really don't. Not worried about the Caps tonight. If there's one team, one favored that I probably be worried about is honestly my team, because honestly it could be a toss up at this stage of the season, or that Columbus and Ottawa game. For this one, for me, it would definitely be. I like your parlay there. I think I might tail that and take it on Bet365, and then I trust 5 chimpanzees against the Yotes. Exactly. I would literally put both my cats on the ice against the Yotes right now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so that's it. Puck line is juiced with what minus 180, minus 170, something like that.
I can quickly look here. It is minus. Oh, it's my book has 2.5 plus 118. It doesn't even have
Plus
the minus
118.
1.5
Yeah.
there.
So that may be a play right here for the Caps. I think now that Ovi scored 50, I think he wants to get as many as he can, no matter what. He's kind of got that 50 out of his system, right? And I think he's the type of guy that's like when the pressure is like off, he kind of comes out even better. So
Jay
yeah,
Shank says, well said. All right, and we'll move to best bets, best parlay pieces, and everything. I'll bring everything up here. Dog of the day. Occupancy went with Seattle against my Wild. DJ went with Edmonton. Weapon X, is there a dog that you like today?
a dog of the day today. Man, no, there isn't. Ottawa's favored, right?
It's 108, minus 108, minus 108.
Yeah,
So,
so you can't even pick like side. I'm personally on the Ottawa side, but again, there's not really a dog today for this series.
all
So
right. Do Caps care if they win? Is their playoff spot? The East is all like
they,
mixed up where it's
they
seeded.
care about the seeding, I believe,
Yeah.
because I honestly I believe that nobody wants the Rangers in the first round. In the East, I think that's one team that's hot right now in the East, and nobody wants to face a hot Shesterkin with what they have that legit three lines that can score now. They sometimes have Lafreniere on the fourth line. That's a first round pick. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Over under occupancy went with Columbus, Ottawa over 6.5. Nick went with Colorado, Edmonton under 6.5. And DJ went with Seattle, Minnesota under 6.5. No total for me. Don't feel confident with any totals today.
Yeah, everything's juiced on totals, honestly.
Any totals you like, Weapon X? Or
I mean, if it was a 5.5 on the Kraken and the Wild, I would have taken it. If it was a 6,
everything 6.5. All
yeah,
five
everything's
games.
6.5, basically. So no overs for me, no unders.
Yeah,
Because it
that's
would be
why they're
too
optional.
I would take
Best,
it over 5.5 for Ottawa, but I believe that's minus 150 if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of juice to lay on the market.
best bets, best parlay pieces.
Yeah.
Getting close to even money. I'm taking Fiala to score. He's just been absolutely amazing as of late. 2 beautiful goals yesterday. The one he skated around the net with the puck and just flung it right in. It was beautiful. A spinorama type thing. It was just beautiful to watch. Fiala's on fire. Best parlay piece, Wild money line. I'm going heavy on the Wild here. Occupancy went with Edmonton money line as his best bet. Seattle team total over 2.5 as his parlay piece. Nick went with the Capitals minus 3.5 at plus 275. Capitals money line as his parlay piece. DJ took Ovechkin over 1.5 points at plus 175, and Draisaitl over 2.5 shots on goal. Melissa did not send in her picks today. Nathan didn't do his picks, and Vito went with Edmonton money line and Washington money line. Edmonton as his best bet. Washington as his parlay piece.
Oh, man, what happened to my book?
What are you thinking here, Weapon X, for best bet, best parlay piece?
Best parlay piece. Let's keep going with McCart to get a point. I think he stays hot. I think he might score again tonight, especially with Rantanen out of the lineup. We're gonna need some offense from the back end. He had 6 shots on goal against Edmonton last time they played. He is the babyface assassin. So that's the parlay piece right there. That's I think around minus 200. If I'm not mistaken, minus 180.
Yeah, I think it was minus 180 when I parlayed it
Yeah.
earlier.
So it's actually not bad of a play for a parlay piece. Now, I've said it before. Unless I do a degen trifecta goal thing, I'm not gonna get Hup in the lineup. So I'm gonna try and hop someone. If it
Hey,
hits,
Nick's trying to pass you. Nick is really close. You and Nick are right there. I'll quickly show the
so
standings quickly since we have a little bit of time.
if we can
Right
go,
now, he's just Nick's at minus 8.58. Sadly, Weapon X minus 7.38. Money Mac minus 6.9. So Nick's goal is to pass you here. So for me, minus
it is, huh?
2.1. Just trying to get to green. And hey, full transparency. We show the records here. I post on the Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Twitter every day. The results. So complete full transparency around here.
Exactly.
But next, what do you think here for best bet? If Nick passes green, I retire from betting. I don't think. Well, hey, if he hits plus 275,
Guys, I don't
could
care
think
about
again.
like hitting a small bet anymore because at this point there's what, a week left to the hockey season. Even if I hit a 1 unit every single day, I'm not gonna reach the top.
Best bets isn't everything, you know.
And honestly, the best bets for a month have been just bragging rights on the show for us. It's fun. Honestly, it's really fun. It makes the show interactive. So
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
we're gonna go with another goal prop here. Arturi Lekkonen to score a goal, parlayed with Matty Bernice to score a goal. That is plus 1340.
Oh, and looks like Nathan is getting his big plus what? Sorry,
1340.
plus 1340. All right, and Nathan is going with Ovechkin over 1.5 points, or is that 2? It says 2 points. I'm going to assume it's Ovechkin over 1.5 points.
Ah, shit. Wait,
Plus 185.
I can't do that.
Oh, DJ got it at plus 175. So I will give him plus 185 as well.
Give me a sec.
Nathan's also over 1.5. All right, perfect. Nathan also went with Washington money line as his parlay piece, and Seattle, Minnesota under 6.5 as his over under. And that is it. That is the show. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Smash the like button if you like the content. Tomorrow, as I said, the show will be at 1 p.m. Eastern for a baseball and hockey show, the last Saturday of this hockey season before playoffs. So we will be on tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best of luck to everybody tonight, and have a good one, guys.
That's low, guys. Please thank you there for having us. Always.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oops.